can we do? Just think about that for a minute. What can we do? Our go-to is often medication. It's really powerfully and bad side effects with medication. Sometimes it's necessary. The imbalances are such. Therapy, counseling often has a good impact as well. It takes a lot of time and often gets our kids thinking about things they don't want to be thinking about. That hurt or the anxiety. They don't want to be focused on that. Well, there's another way, brought to us by Positive Psychology. This quote, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This is just so true. The mind is everything. Now remember, the emotional centers are going crazy in a preteen. And the frontal lobe, which is the part of the brain that brings balance and regulates all those strong emotions, brings logic, irrational thinking, it is not mature. It's not mature. It doesn't mature till the age of 25, 30. That's why a lot of our young people struggle even until in their mid-20s to 30s, because the brain is not really capable of balancing out all that, and their brains are what we call dysregulated. Typical adolescent brain is dysregulated through no fault of their own. It falls on us to help them, support them, and give them tools to deal with those strong emotions. Emotional control. And it's the brain. We need to help them develop the frontal lobe of the brain and help them then learn techniques and various ways to control all that intensity. We do it by helping them think about positive things. What you think, you become. You're continuing on the story of the baseball story. So many baseball coaches use a negative reinforcement, yelling and screaming when mistakes are made. And what happens is their players become nervous in game situations. They don't want to make mistakes. They're thinking about not making mistakes. When you think about not making mistakes, what happens? You make mistakes. You make a lot of mistakes. You're nervous. You're tense. If you're thinking about using your talents and your strengths and doing what your coaches instructed you to do, making the plays, knowing where the ball goes, hitting a ball hard, you're going to be more successful. It's been proven. So we want to give you tools to help your children through this challenging time as their brain is fully developing, nurturing that frontal lobe. We do it with 3 pathways: strengths, connection, and character. We help them focus on those things, not on their weaknesses and their vulnerabilities. We call this making the shift. Making the shift from parenting our children to preparing them for adolescence and then for adulthood. That's the shift that you need to make. To think more about partnering with your son or daughter to help prepare them for this tumultuous, difficult time with their emotions going crazy. We need to make the shift. You can make it today, and we'll get you on the 3 pathways, starting with strengths. All 30 of the kids on my team, their parents took an assessment of their strengths. It's called the Incredible Kids Assessment. It's phenomenal. And that assessment shows a ranking of strengths that we can then take those and help them develop them and help them understand how they fit in a team setting or why they do what they do. It's a phenomenal, actually a wonderful thing to learn. One young man, I think I told you about him, he struggled a bit with anxiety. And for him, knowing his strengths has made all the difference. Lack of confidence is what happened from some of this hurt in the past. And one of his strengths, we call it the guardian. He's also a team player. He's also a thinker. But I've worked with him and his parents to work on this guardian strength. And when he goes into a situation like school and he's starting to get anxious, fearful, encouraging him to employ his guardian strength. Not focus on his anxiety or what is fearful for him, focusing on others and what he has to offer and give. This young man will give away his lunch money to a friend who wants something. He's so caring. It comes out of him. You can just see the care in this kid. What a great thing for him to understand that. That's a superpower that he has. Employ it. Parents, this is something that you can do for your kids. Prepare them for adolescence. So then when this tidal wave hits, they'll have some tools to be able to cope. They'll understand what's happening and you can work together. Normally something like this kind of support and training would cost $600,000, $750,000, $1,000 for a 6-week period. I so want to put this in your hands so that you can prepare your young people. I want to see these kids that I'm coaching and many, many others have these tools, have this understanding, and so this does not do severe damage to them, which it is doing to so many kids today. You can have it. You're going to get video training access. You're going to have access to a place to journal, interact with me, set your own goals, have your child set their goals, interactive online advice, support, and encouragement and guidance. It's awesome. $29.95, just $29.95. I so want to put it in your hands because I know what it's going to do. I've seen it so many times. Please consider this. It's a small investment in helping prepare your young people for a difficult